What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode of the Belle Collective Beach. This really episode 10, but it's the reunion part 2 of season 2. Or I should say reunion part 1. Girl, I didn't fast forward to next week. But anyway, let's just get up into it. I'm so glad. Hold on. I'm so glad. Hold on. Y'all go over there to Scotty by Nature TV. His account. Him and Jamar, they interviewed ooh, damn, get your words together. I'm sorry, y'all. It's 12 o'clock. It's 12:08. I've been up reviewing stuff and recording and all that stuff. So forgive me if I'm a little tongue-tied. You know, I've been talking a lot. But anyway, trying to get this content out for y'all, girl. Scotty by Nature TV, Jamar 84, they interviewed So Gucci, okay? So y'all go over there and show them some love, show them some support. You know, those my bros, so, you know, do the damn thing. Anyway, so we get up into the reunion, baby. I am so glad this is only 2 episodes, because, baby, oh, Carlos King, it's just he's so over the top. He is so over the top. And I just want to know, is he really like this in real life? Like, when the cameras are not on? Like, is he so extra and so loud and just so... I don't know. But anyway, so, of course, they started with everybody coming in and we seeing what everybody's up to. And, you know, this is the new girls' first reunions. And, you know, this is Glenn first time getting dressed or whatever. Last season, he was in the same room with Lakeisha. This season, he by himself, and they gonna do on the show to see if he the daddy of that child or not. I said, so y'all literally waited a whole season to get to the reunion, which probably was a whole year or so, or some months, in order to do an actual DNA test. You mean to tell me y'all didn't do that DNA test while y'all found out about this rumor? That's what you trying to tell me? I said, what in the ratings grab? But hey, it is what it is, because it just wouldn't have been me. No, we need to find out right here, right now. And I'm pretty sure there's some rapid DNA tests, okay? And I'm pretty sure that as soon as that, it should have been done. It should have been done. Bitch, fuck's waiting for the goddamn show for some goddamn views or ratings. Tell me now, is that nigga the daddy? Is he the daddy, so I can figure out what it is that I need to do, okay? Because this will be determined whether or not I'm really gonna leave his ass, you know? Even though I feel like Leticia, she still gonna stay. You know, she said she was up crying. She was up, you know, she just couldn't get it together. You know, she couldn't go to sleep and all that stuff. Her eyes was puffy. I said, Glenn, do you see the stress that you are putting this lady through? Because that lady really do love you. I don't know if she's still up in love with you, but she, you know, sometimes you be so freaking... You can't let go of what it is that you've known for so long. And that's what I feel like it is with Leticia. And so therefore it's a deeper hurt, because they've been together for years, you know. And to know that he constantly keep on doing this shit to her, and it's like, damn. I said, well, girl, when you gonna jump off the pot? It's time to jump off the goddamn ride. That's just what it is, okay? We can't keep on doing this stuff. And you seeing yourself stressed out, you seeing yourself hurt and all that shit, your eyes puffy, baby, put some ice underneath there. Your eyes looking like mine, okay? And that ain't supposed to be happening, you know what I'm saying? Don't do that. You got a kid and everything, business, all that shit. Don't let this motherfucking stress you out like that. Tamara and Damon, girl, anyway, Latrice and Cliff and everybody else, fine. We get to that, we finally get to the show. Baby, what the fuck? Marie get her nose done? That bitch look print. It look pinched like that. Or is it makeup? Girl, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it, you know, moving on. So we do a little package. Everybody introduce themselves and all this stuff. How they doing? We doing great. You know, we find out that Latrice and Marie's, they still not cool no more. And they do the package about the new girls coming in. First of all, the new body parts, okay? Everybody done got some new stuff. You know, Latrice and her new Mercy and Grace Juniors. And, you know, she's thinking about doing a little bit more, you know, get them a little bit bigger. Tambra, she said she ain't get her butt done. She ain't get no injections or whatever, because So Gucci thought that she had her ass done a little bit. You know, Marie and her wig and all that. But other than that, that was fine. Then we get into the whole situation of, you know, the new girls being there and how did they feel like their first seasons went and why they decided to come onto the show. Akisha said, you know, I did it for Jackson just because it was like, I'm seeing that this show is a new show that's actually putting our city on the map. So, you know, she wanted to be a part of it. Understandable. So Gucci, you know, she said what she said. She wanted to bring humor to the ladies and everything. And I said she did that. Because her little one-liners and everything, it was cute. Her little cute shade or whatever, it was cute. It wasn't too much. It wasn't too deep. It was just enough, okay? And it kept on the light, funny side, in my opinion. Moving on, the whole thing about Tambra. See, girl, Tambra is just, I don't understand. Like, we just found out a lot of stuff about her. Like, it's like, do you really like Akisha? Like, how are y'all friends? Because in your package, you said that she could be shady, and I can understand that. But it's the way that everybody else keep on saying that you keep saying that you basically didn't want this lady on the show. Now it's coming out saying that, you know, they was on Facebook, they was talking or whatever. They was trying to figure out who gonna come to the show or not. Tambra didn't want her on the show. Tambra said she didn't even live here. She did this and that. And they trying to figure out whether or not they believe that this lady said that shit. And to be real, I feel like she did. You know, I feel like Tambra has an issue with Akisha and she just don't want to reveal what it is. Okay? Because this ain't the first time that this has been said. And this is another incident where it has been said earlier before. You know, I'm sitting here like, everybody keeps saying the same thing. I just don't know. It's really weird. And then Tambra is the one who brought Akisha onto the show. You know, and Leticia said, listen, we came together and we said, bitch, we need to get her on the show. So y'all brought her on the show for this or whatever. So that she could be going at you. I mean, you need a villain. You need something to spice it up or whatever. Girl, they talked about Marie and her wigs and, you know, how that was and how people responded to that. Marie said, you know, on social media, people just want to, you know, hit you up or whatever, say whatever they got to say. And then once you respond back, they good. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's good or negative. Marie, you said that shit like you were a real celebrity or some shit. She really said, you got to go back and see the way that she said it. She was like, you know, as soon as you respond to them, because they just be doing that because they want you to respond. As soon as you respond to them, they be all right. You know, they don't got nothing else to say. I said, girl, you respond to me, bitch. I'm responding right back the same way. Like, girl, you don't get too big in your chest, okay? You know, don't do that. All right, hold on. So they asked the girls, do they think that Tambra is a liar? Because they brought up the whole thing about Tambra saying that, you know, again, okay, that Akisha said that them girls was ugly. And Akisha keep on saying, I ain't say that. I ain't say that. And if I said that, I don't remember if I said that. Now, do I think that Tambra was lying about that? No. Okay. And then Akisha proved it. Because she said, you know, what had happened was I was looking at a cast photo or some shit that they was looking at. And she said on that photo, them girls look ugly. And if it was, or they didn't look all that or whatever. But when I saw them up in person, they were beautiful. I said, so this whole time Tambra was telling the truth about that particular part. I said, you know what? She said, listen, I don't know what I said. I mean, I just had a baby and I just did this at pregnancy brain. I said, okay, girl. Okay, girl. And that's what you want to do. Then we get into this whole situation about, and did y'all notice? Tambra had that over-pitch, over-articulating, pronunciation as voice on. At the very beginning when they was doing the introduction, you know, talking to Carlos, doing the introductions and all that stuff. But then when they started getting into the show, like a few minutes after, and they started getting on her about whether or not she lying and what did she like Akisha and all that stuff, that was gone. Her real voice was there. I said, girl, nothing's wrong with your actual voice. Please stop talking like that. And don't say, oh, it's just for the radio and all that stuff. Because I hear DJs that talk normal on the radio. Our radio people out here talk normal. They're not putting on airs or whatever. And that's what attracts people to them. And I feel like you will have more people. You probably do got the #1 radio station there, but you will probably get more with that. Unless you are trying to go for what? A Caucasian audience or something. I don't know. But there is nothing wrong with your actual voice. Literally. Embrace that shit. You know, they get into the whole thing about the stupidest thing, that the debate And I can't believe that this season really was based upon this between Leticia and Akisha about this whole plate debacle. We spent too much time on this shit. I said, really? The plate was dirty. And at the end of the day, Akisha, you came in there, your energy was off. I felt the energy that you had a little negativity in your little spirit, okay? You may say that you did not come there to, you know, say nothing or whatever, or to, you know, start no mess, but your energy was a little negative when you sat there, and it kind of got a little bit worse throughout because, you know, things was not going the way that you wanted to go, or that you thought or expected it to go, which, to your defense, it's understandable to a certain extent. Because if you want to bring me to a goddamn event and you saying it's about women empowerment and all this shit, and y'all up in the bathroom doing what the fuck that y'all doing and all that crap, I feel some type of way. You give me a dirty plate, bitch, I feel some type of way. But I'm not going to take it out on the host, because the host ain't the one that's out here at this venue who's doing the dishes and doing all this other stuff. So therefore, take it to somebody else. I mean, let the host know or whatever, but don't get upset with the host, because the host is not the one that's doing the dishes. It's the venue's fault, you know? She said what had happened was she saw the plate. She saw that it was a little bit dirty. She broke the fourth wall, turned around to a producer and told them. And she was like, girl, okay, what am I going to do with it? Don't tell me. Tell Leticia, whatever. And then when she told Leticia, that's when, you know, Leticia got an attitude and all this stuff. And we saw what happened, okay? And when it all comes down to it, we have to understand, I feel like they are forgetting the fact that Akisha wasn't the only person that said that the plates or whatever, their utensils and or flatware or whatever stuff that they was using was dirty. Because Latrice said the same thing. She said, girl, mine's too. Okay? Either it was a fork or something, or a plate as well. And I get, you know, taking it to Leticia because Leticia is the host or whatever. And Leticia was like, you know, what am I going to do about it? Okay? And I just felt like, you know, Leticia's energy was off because Akisha's energy was off-putting when she first came in. So Leticia was giving her that energy back. And she just didn't want to hear nothing. So they just took this whole situation with this plate thing and ran it to the ground. And it didn't have to be. Just go back there and tell them in the back, bitch, this plate is dirty. Give me some more. Okay? Can y'all give me a new plate or whatever? That's it. I said, I can't believe y'all going back and forth about this shit. You know, it was just really dumb. And then they two arguing. I'm just sitting here like, it didn't make no sense. It didn't make no sense. When you think about it, of all the arguments that could have went down in this is one of the dumbest. This is over a fucking dirty plate. Child, please, okay? And then getting in your feelings because, you know, Leticia, you acting like you really made these girls. Okay, yeah, you suggested that these people come onto the show probably. But at the end of the day, it's really not your choice. It's what the producers and whoever else in charge of the show, they want to approve of, okay? Just because you suggested don't mean that, you know, you got them on the show. They had to go through a process as well. But I get it. But, you know, calm yourself down too. Calm yourself down a little bit too, Miss Ma'am. And so, what else went on? They get into the whole situation when Marie went back in the in the bathroom, and Leticia was talking to her, and she was like, you can't be doing this in front of these hoes. You got these hoes out here. Just because she said the word these hoes. Okay. And Akisha felt like she shouldn't have said the word. It was fucked up or whatever. So Gucci said she didn't feel that much offended, but wished that she would have used a different choice of word. And I'm sitting here like, y'all got to be out y'all goddamn minds. Y'all got to be out y'all. Don't come on this show acting pretentious like that. Do not come on this show acting like you ain't never said these hoes, these bitches, these motherfuckers, even in a playful moment, even in a serious moment sometimes when you amongst your friends or whatever. Don't act like you ain't said that shit. And then Akisha, you had an issue with her saying it, but then said, I say that word all the time. I say that all the time. So what was the problem? Me and Marie was like, so what's the problem? We confused. What was the fucking problem? We went through this whole shit for you to say that you use it all the time. When I heard Leticia say it, I did not get offended by it. Granted, it wasn't directed towards me, but if you know how some of us speak, it's just like when I call somebody, when I say bitch, okay? like when we with our friends or whatever, and it's just the way that we talk. We're not necessarily calling you a hoe and saying that you a hoe as in you fuck around and you do this or do that. We just saying these hoes ain't say nothing or whatever. Hoe, you stupid. Bitch, you stupid. It's just something like that, you know? And I didn't think that Leticia, it was anything for anybody to be in their feels about. Okay, hold on, y'all. But anyway, I said, girl, a mess. And then here come Latrice, not Latrice, but Akisha with these t-shirts. And then Leticia had to one up the t-shirts by giving Carlos a plaque. Baby, you don't need to suck up no more. You don't need to suck up to him. Okay, y'all show got renewed for season 3. I'm pretty sure you okay. You okay. You earned your spot. You not going nowhere. We ain't got to suck up. We ain't got to suck up. I don't like that shit. Okay, so we get into this whole situation between Latrice. So far, I'm going to be honest, okay? I have about 10 more minutes left in this reunion, and this part 1 didn't really give, okay? Part 1 didn't give anything because part 1 just rehashed a whole bunch of old shit from the first season in the plate incident. And, you know, they get into this whole situation between Latrice and Marie. Girl, the reason why they don't mess with each other because, you know, Marie gets on the internet saying that basically she gave Latrice her whole storyline and all that, okay? She said for these first 2 seasons, she made her storyline. I said, you know what? When you think about it, especially in this season 2, all of y'all made each other's storyline, okay? You know, yeah, Marie had a somewhat interesting storyline a little bit with the whole Cedric cheating incident or whatever, and then taking care of her son in that whole incident or whatever where he had that outburst in the first season. But it was just y'all getting started. So, like, come on, y'all bouncing off of each other. So, yeah, y'all each other's storyline at a certain point in time. And we wasn't just focusing on the drama between you and Latrice Marie. Latrice had her issues going on with her family. You had your issues going on with your family. And then y'all interacted and came together into, you know, interact with one another. So y'all had that shit where y'all overlap with each other. Y'all storylines overlap. Same thing with Leticia and Latrice. Same thing with Leticia and you. You know what I'm saying? Leticia could say the same thing about you. She made your storyline. You could say the same thing about Leticia. Like, come on. Everybody made everybody's storyline. So, for you to get on here and to be talking about that shit as if you really somebody, like, girl. And then to rehash the whole thing saying that, you know, she never heard of Goddess Lane. She went to go do it. The whole shit that happened in the first season. I'm not going to go through that whole shit because we know that. We saw what went down. The hair wasn't what you thought it was supposed to be according to you. And then the whole situation went down at the brunch. But she said Latrice told her, you know, basically don't take no offense because, you know, she was about to do some shit. And she took that to mean as if she was about to drag this out and make this a storyline. Start this whole incident, this whole argument or whatever situation with her. And I'm sitting here, but if you go back and you look at the brunch shit, Marie started that shit. So I'm confused. Unless I got it wrong and I just can't remember that far back. That was dumb. And then Latrice bringing out the whole situation about her being investigated already prior to them being on the show and everything. And she was like, she never had nobody come up in there talking to her or whatever. You ain't never really have to have somebody to come talk to you to realize that you've been investigated sometimes. But I feel like Latrice, she thought she had a winning ace with that. And because, you know, everybody already was saying in the first season that Marie was dealing with fraud or whatever. But nobody, from my knowledge, and I'm not going to look, nobody has really proven that. But Marie's still up and moving, up and working, up and doing what she doing. And, you know, just as easily as they said that Marie is doing fraud, Latrice, they can say that about you. They can say it about somebody else. They can say it about all the girls on the cast. And you got your information from where? That's the part that I didn't like, Latrice. You got your information from who? Not a reliable source, okay? So it's like you bring So Gucci in it because I guess you wanted to bring that information up at So Gucci's event or whatever, and Marie called that out. Baby, when Latrice said something about Marie, no. I did laugh a little bit. Because it threw Marie off for a second. She was like, oh. Now see, that's Latrice just doing Latrice. I said, girl, if it's a new nose, it's a new nose. It look a little pinched. Okay, I don't know if it's makeup, but baby, it look a little pinched. Right? Okay. And own that shit. Everybody on that stage got a little bit of something done probably. Just own that shit. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. That's your money. Okay, that's your body. And so, you got that going on. Akisha giving her opinion about how she feels about them going back and forth, because when you think about it, and even Leticia, you got, Akisha says it's sad. It's sad to see them doing this shit because y'all grown women, y'all business women and all that stuff. And this is going to affect yourselves. This is going to affect your business and stuff. And you don't want people to realize that that's what's going on. Like, y'all, these type of people, y'all doing this petty ass shit. I wouldn't want to have no involvement with neither one of y'all because of that. That's just the type of person I am. I don't like to deal with people that's always in mess, and then publicly in mess at that. If you in mess, let me not know about it. Okay, do that shit in private. But if you publicly in mess all the damn time, that's going to turn me off from wanting to work with you, do anything with you or whatever, So they need to calm that down a little bit, just a little bit, because they doing a little bit much, okay? Y'all talking about frauds and stuff. Y'all really affecting each other's business, and I just don't like that. Akisha, not Akisha, but Leticia was asked the whole thing about, she's bringing women together, and how come she can't bring these girls together? How does she feel? First of all, it's not her responsibility to bring these women together or to get them to get along or whatever. So I don't like the way that Carlos kind of put that question out there to her as if, it's her responsibility or she should try and, all this stuff. It's not her responsibility to do that. She's not obligated to them to make them be cool. We just have to understand that in life, there are people who are okay with each other. There are people who are going to be cordial. There are people who are just going to be associates. There are people that's going to be acquaintances. There are people going to be friends. And then there's people that just not going to mesh well at all. And we just have to learn those different type of relationships and navigate those and quit trying to force things that aren't supposed to be happening. This whole situation between Latrice and Marie is not supposed to happen. It's not a natural fit. Okay? And so for them to be going back and forth at each other, do it need to happen? No. Just mind your business and worry about yourself. Okay? That's just all that y'all need to do. Because at this point, it's irritating. We don't need a season 3 with y'all still going over this bullshit from season 1. Let it the fuck go. We don't care no more. Let it go. So they brought the men out and, they focused basically all their attention on Glenn and Leticia's relationship. And that's really all I really want to talk about in these last 10 minutes of the show. Again, no, this first season, I feel like I don't know. This first part missed something. I don't know. I'm just sitting here like, it just felt really... I don't know. It felt like something was missing. I feel like the first season reunion probably was a little bit better than this one. We'll see how the second part go, because then, Glenn come out and they're getting into this whole relationship with her, with Glenn and Leticia, and he claims that he's trying to get his wife back. He hurt her, all that bullshit. But let's pass that shit. We get to the whole situation about the conversing with women. That's what we found out with that at the end of the season. And so Leticia said basically what was going on. He wasn't sexting, but he was up there talking to women that was up in the DMs and stuff. It's like, why are you talking to these women regardless of what they're sending? And I'm sitting here like, so are they like, trying to get together or whatever? But these are women sending stuff like, I do you better than your wife do. Whatever she won't do, I do. You just so fine and all this stuff. And she said one of them, he talking about some, just watch the Belle Collective on Friday nights at so-and-so. Now, on the one hand, I wouldn't be mad at that. But on the other hand, it's like you ain't have to respond, okay? If you are in a relationship, there's no reason that you need to respond to messages like that. Okay, I'm not going to be one of those insecure women and be like, well, you can't talk to any other woman. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, because that's just not possible. You can't have women friends or whatever. I don't want to put those type of restrictions on a person like that, because I'm going to have friends whoever the fuck I want to have friends with, man or woman, you know. And so it is up to you as the person that's in this relationship and this marriage who respect it, and you respect your spouse or whatever, to have the decency and the common sense to know what you should respond to and what you shouldn't respond to. And given that you are on a TV show, I'm not going to say it gets, you know, it's on a national front, but you know, you're in the beginning stages. So you're just getting the little glimpse of what it's like when, you know, you get a little taste of being on TV. Yeah, the women that come out, even everybody come out and want to, you know, probably sell you something, probably want to give you some stuff, probably want you to give them some stuff, put a baby in them, all that shit. They want to fuck, they want to do all that stuff. And they're going to do all of that. They're going to say that in your DMs. They're going to say that on your Twitter. They're going to probably find your number and send some shit or whatever. I don't even know if you do Facebook Messenger. They probably do that there too. People are bold, especially when it comes to these TV show people, reality show people, entertainers of all kind. People are really bold, because sometimes I feel like when people just put out there, you know, oh, I want to fuck, oh, I want to do this, oh, I want to do that, oh, you so damn fan, I do this, I make your toes curl, all that bullshit, it's because they realize, or they already think, you know what, ain't no way in hell they gonna respond back. But let me just get this thought off my man, and let me just go ahead and play and put this up in there. Some of them be dead ass serious, but most of them know that they not gonna get a response back. And then when they just so happen to get a response back, it's just like, oh, let me continue this. I was just playing, but bitch, since you want to do this shit, let's do this shit. And that's what shit gets tricky. Now, if you single and you doing that, that's fine. You can answer whatever DMs you want to do, especially if you're bored, okay? But you are in a relationship that's already rocky. So there's no reason for you to go into those DMs and to look at them and to respond back. All you have to do is delete all. Okay? Because I'm pretty sure if anybody needed to get something professionally done from you or whatever, they have your number, or they have Leticia number. And that's the way that they can personally contact you, or they have your email address, not up in your DMs. Because most of these people, I'm pretty sure these entertainers, they don't check their DMs like that, because it be so overloaded with a whole bunch of mess. And so therefore they use their personal, you know, emails and stuff like that to get contact or whatever, and phone numbers and stuff, you know, or they have somebody that is controlling their media. You know what I'm saying? But at first, on just a glance and listening to how they explained it, it's like, okay, so, you know, you're going to get these women coming up in there. That ain't nothing. But it's about the fact, and he ain't really responded to him, but it's about the fact that your relationship is on a rocky plane as it is. And you have been caught doing something like this before. And he claims that the lady that has the alleged child of his, that's the first time that he physically cheated on Leticia. Do we believe that? No, we do not. Even Carlos said that shit. Carlos had to say, you trying to get her back, but you are not doing what it is that you need to do to get her back. And he said, how is it that you can tell somebody what it is that they need to do or what they're not doing? You know, people got different versions of what it is that they need to do. You know, trying to make excuses or whatever. At the end of the day, Glenn, you're not doing what you need to do to get her back, okay? But to be quite honest, he really ain't got to do shit, because Leticia ain't never left. Ain't no divorce. Ain't no divorce, you know. And when he said, I mean, I responded back to this one lady, because she sent, the name was like the lady that sent the boob pitch. He said, dude was like, H's. I ain't never seen no shit like that, okay? I only been looking at one pair of titties for 23 years. I said, baby, I probably would have had the same reaction, but I wouldn't have responded. I would have just been like, whoa. Probably saved it, but no, what I had, I don't have experience with that, because people don't send me those type of things or whatever, but I know some people be sending me other stuff, random stuff that I just don't open up, because it's like, for what, you know, it has nothing to do with me. But yeah, you a married man with a rocky relationship as it is. You don't need to be, just delete all, or don't even look at your inbox, okay? Don't even look at your inbox. But then they get into the whole situation of, you know, Akisha talking about how, well, so Gucci said, I'm pretty sure, because Carlos asked, do they all have to deal with some stuff like that? Something along that line. How do they feel about the men's, you know, probably getting these messages in their inbox and all this? And so Gucci bitch JJ. I'm pretty sure JJ got a whole bunch of people up in his inbox too. I'm looking at JJ here and I said, I think they got, JJ has some goddess length extensions in his hair because it's all thin up here. Literally, you can see the scalp a little bit. And them braids was thick as fuck and they was a little bit darker than the rest of his hair. I need JJ to just cut it short, okay, and let it go. I don't know how he'll look bald, but I'm pretty sure he'll look decent. At this point, you thinning out your hair because them braids be tight as hell. I know he go to sleep with a headache. And he wake up with one too, bitch, okay? But like, don't let him be put on no do-rag or whatever because I know he be waking up with a fucking headache every time. Just let it go, bruh. And so, you know, when JJ said, I know Cliff do. I said, you ain't had to throw him under the bus like that. He said, Cliff do. With them DMs. I said, oh, that is funny. But they do the whole thing with the paternity test. And I already knew they was going to wait till the next episode, the next week to see if he the daddy. And it was like, if he comes out to be the father, you know, Leticia, what you going to do? Is this a means for divorce? She said the kid wasn't the reason for the divorce because I had already, you know, forgiven him. And so if that's me forgiving him for the affair, that's me forgiving him for the child if it's his because that child came along with the affair. Leticia, you dumb. That's all I'm going to say, girl. Leticia, you are dumb. Because ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell. See, I'm telling you, Leticia don't want to leave. Leticia is putting on fronts. And I know it's women that do this sometimes because this is all they ever known and this is really how they are. But I really feel like this it's a storyline. It's a front. It is a front. You never had any intentions of leaving this man or whatever. And I don't even think y'all really separated like that. But hey, it is what it is. You guys tell me how y'all feel about it. And yeah, the first part didn't really give like I wanted it to. But hopefully the second is a little bit better. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.